What's going on, messengers? It's Manny Monroe, Shoot the Messenger, and you are now tuned into the first episode of the podcast. The first episode of the podcast. I said the first episode of the podcast. Clock it. All right. So let's get into it. It has been a long time coming to have this seat. It has been so many days and weeks and months into the making of this podcast. Of course, this is a pilot. And so we're just testing it out, seeing what's going on. And of course, we're going to branch off and do all these amazing things. We're going to have amazing people on the couch, including, you know, every celebrity, your homeboy, your homegirl, maybe even you. You know, I'm not just doing celebrities. I want to make this a thing to where, you know, if you want to come tell your story and it's one to be told, then I am your girl. First things first, I just want to address certain things about my year in general. Being in this space after so many years of, you know, everybody telling me, you're going to do something, you're going to be something, you're going to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what is it, y'all? Help me out. You know, I don't know, but it's something, you know, and this has just always been so funny because I've done it all. Hair, makeup. I've been doing hair since I was literally 7. Branched off to braids when I was 13. I've worked every job, name it. I was a manager at Taco Bell, manager at Popeyes, worked Victoria's Secret, got fired from Walgreens. You name it. Branched off into call centers. From there, I did property management. And all the while, no matter what room I was in, it was just like, oh, girl, you're a star. And I'm like, what is it? Like, what do you all see? And I know God is kicking my butt because at the tender age of 35, at the end of my 34th year, I was just like, babe, you know, went to my husband like, I think I want to be a journalist. And he's like, yeah, that's it. That's what you need to be. And I'm like, well, why you ain't tell me? You know, as a wife, first thing I got to do is go blame my husband because he is a very successful artist and he has done things his own way. I've done a lot of modeling back in the day, and you know, basketball, models, artists, it's easy to just put yourself in that position and just say, hey, I'm an artist. Hey, I'm a model. I mean, can you just wake up one morning and say, hey, you know, I'm a journalist? So it was like me fighting myself in that space and doing a lot of research, you know, and then actually doing write-ups. I fell in love with write-ups and doing the groundwork and just going back to the beginning of journalism, not just throwing a microphone in my face or someone else's face. I just wanted to make sure that if I was going to call myself this, that I would be taken seriously in this space. So that's how journalism started just 8 months ago. You know, I feel the imposter syndrome building up and going back down, because I have been blessed to be offered so much in so little time that it almost feels unfair. Because I'm like, but at the same time, I have been working towards something, whatever that may be, since I was 18 years old. My camera guy right behind this camera, who's about to hand me these cards real quick, please. He discovered me when I was just 18 years old, walking to my job to Popeyes that I just mentioned. And, you know, he told me back then, you know, you should model. And then from modeling, he was like, oh, you're going to be a star. We could do this. You know, we could be doing that and all this. And I was just young and I was just like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't want to do that. Well, we could do this. And, you know, from there, we've always been locked in. He moved down to Atlanta a few years after I did. And I mean, we've just been locked in. And so right now, it's hard for me to have imposter syndrome when I should have been in these rooms. No shade, you know, no shade. Like, I should have been here. If anything, I'm beating myself up because, like, why didn't I do this 2018, 2020? Like, it took for me to meet certain people as well. Freddie O, shout out to Freddie O, that photographer, the everything. Everybody knows that man in these spaces. It just took 2 seconds for us to have a conversation, and he's like, yo, you my girl, like, you know, I'm gonna put you everywhere. I'm going to introduce you to so many people. And if you know Freddie O, it wasn't just easy, baby. I had to do my groundwork for him, do my footwork. It's been many days and nights that we were behind the scenes of a lot of these celebrity events. And I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, till today, like, you can call me right now. Hey, I need you to do this. I'm going to show up for my boy every single time. But yeah, I mean, just being finally in the rooms that I've been preparing myself for forever, I feel really good. And God has been really good to me. Moving on. And so I do want to discuss being in these rooms and meeting certain people. I won't say no names, baby. I won't be saying no names because I'm not messy. That's one. And then two, I'm not an opportunist. So if you coming over here for the tea and the all of this and the third about certain people, then you would not get it over here, unfortunately. It just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is real nasty to me, you could get it, because the people need to know that you're just a disgusting human being. Now, I don't like to paint narratives, and I see a lot of people try to paint narratives of some of these celebrities, and that's not cool. It's not fair. So I'm going to pride myself on not being that person. I'm going to pride myself on actually creating relationships with some of these celebrities and making sure their secrets are safe with me. I'm not a thirsty journalist. Again, you will not catch any of that over here unless it's like already out in the blogs and, you know, somebody has warranted me to do that, or I have someone's permission. That is what I want to pride myself on over here. So if you're looking for the nasty mess, go over there. First impression is everything. Everybody knows that expression, right? What I hate now in today's time, you know, what I hate is that, prime example, rap beefs. Let's use Drake and Kendrick or Nicki and Cardi. One day, you know, both are shining in a space, and then the next, we're literally taking sides. I like to pride myself on, I like the music. I ain't got nothing to do with their personal life. You know, that's on Tom, Dick, and Harry on whatever they're doing. Unless it's like super domestic or crazy. Like the R. Kelly allegations, baby. I can't, you know, step in the name of love no more. I'm sorry. You know, you took it too far. But other than that, I don't really get in between any of these beefs. You know, the first impression of some of these celebrities, it's very nice. It's very warm. It's, you know, it's everything. But you can change your impression of people. I see in the comments all day, all the time. Oh, yeah, y'all up here talking about Nicki crashing out. Yeah, y'all be singing all her music. Oh, but y'all just loved Nicki last week. Yeah. And now my impression of her this week is different. People change. Y'all gotta stop being sheep. These kids, they feel like if they start riding with somebody, that's their loyalty. They gotta ride it out with them forever. Even the Kendrick and Drake beef, you know, it's just, that boy put most of them on, which is very true. But at the same time, you gotta start talking about black women and, you know, just thinking he was untouchable. And so you know, you got touched. And so it was a lot that was said in that beef that could make you look at people differently. But at the end all be all, the message and the point that I'm trying to get across is stop thinking people cannot change their impressions of people. You can. That's why they say the very first one is what? Everything. People change and opinions change. So over here, I may like you 1 week and then the next week I might like you. I might not like you. And I don't want to hear, oh, girl, you was just, so what? They changed this week. Some was different. I don't know. Go argue with your mammy. I don't like them this week. Next caller.